Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, children. Welcome to module number 6 of genetics, where we will be comparing mitosis with meiosis. Before that, there are a few revision questions which are brain teasers in genetics. Please watch the previous modules because these revision questions are based on those modules. All the best. Often, when you find a cell which is having a different shape what you are used to, and the cell wall and chloroplast are not clearly indicated, then you find it difficult to identify between a plant cell and an animal cell. Very easy, children. Plant cell have a stiff and rigid cell wall, whereas animal cells do not have that. So whenever a cell is represented with an angular wall, it is a plant cell, and wherever the wall is smooth, curved, then it is an animal cell. So identify the cells. The next 4 slides are meant to test your concept on karyotype, autosomes, allosomes, homologous chromosomes, and so on. So let us begin. This particular slide is showing all the chromosomes in a cell in an organism. So let us get into the questions. How many chromosomes are in the body of that organism? There are 2 red chromosomes, 2 blue, and 2 yellow, so total is 6. How many pairs of chromosomes are identical in this organism? See, capital A, small a, both are red, same size, same shape, so that is 1 pair. Capital B, small p, both are similar to each other, so 2 pairs. Whereas the third pair, which is the yellow one, C, they are not identical. They are pairs, but they are not identical. So how many identical pairs are there? 2 pairs are there. What is the term given to those identical pairs of chromosomes which are controlling the body characters? The term is autosomes. The same cell is shown here again. We discussed the chromosomes which were identical. Now, how many pairs of chromosomes are unidentical? That is C, 1 pair. Now, what is the term which is given to an unidentical pair of chromosomes? Why do we call them a pair? Because there are some similarities. But why do we call them unidentical? Because there are some differences. There is 1 pair, and that pair is called allosome. Which type of character do they control? They control sexual characters. Children, what is the term used to denote all the chromosomes in any particular cell? It's called the karyotype. So let us see the karyotype of the same organism again. Is it a haploid or a diploid cell? As all chromosomes are found in pairs, it's a diploid cell. If the chromosomes were in single numbers, it will be a haploid cell. The next question. We know that an organism gets half of its chromosome from each parent. Study the diagram. Suppose capital A, capital B, and capital C were obtained from the mother. Small a, small b, and small c were obtained from the father. So, if gametes is formed in the body of this organism, which of the following can be a probable combinations? Now, let us see the combinations. See, we get half from mother, half from father. So, out of 2 A's, 1 A will come. Out of 2 B's, 1 B will come. Out of 2 C's, 1 C will come. So, there can only be 3 chromosomes in the gamete. So, you can eliminate option B, you can eliminate option D. They are having more than 3 alphabets. Now, coming to A, B, and E, A, C, and E, which are having 3 alphabets, let us check them out. A is having all C's. There is no A and B there. It's not possible. C is having A, B. Again, C is missing there. E is having 1 chromosome A, another chromosome B, and the third chromosome C also. So that is the right combination. Taking the same cell of the organism, let us find out how the sex is determined. Is this cell a male or a female of that species? See, there is 1 pair of chromosome which is not exactly similar to each other, not identical. So, it is the male which is having 1 X chromosome and 1 Y chromosome. Which of the following pair will determine whether the organism is a male or a female? Obviously, it is the pair capital C and small c consisting of the X chromosome and the Y chromosome. One question to remind you again. What is the term used for a pair of similar chromosome? It's called homologous chromosome. Now, what will be the difference in the karyotype in the body of a female? We are here having the karyotype of a male cell in that body. Now, what will be the karyotype of the body in a female? Instead of one X and a Y chromosome, it will be having two X chromosome which will be similar to each other. Dear students, let us take the karyotype of the same organism. I am taking only one pair of chromosome from its body, capital A, small a. They are the homologous chromosomes. Now, if capital A in the body of that organism came from the mother, then where did small a come from? From the father. At one particular stage in the cell cycle, this capital A and small a, which are homologous pairs of chromosomes, they replicate. Which is the phase in the cell cycle when it replicates or when it becomes two copies? That is the S phase. Now, what do you call this identical doubled chromosome which are attached to each other? They are called sister chromatids because they are forming from a single chromosome. Now, after the doubling process, at one phase during the cell division in mitosis, this doubled chromosome separate from each other. What is that phase? That is metaphase. So dear students, a recap of the transition in the nucleus of that organism over many phases. We are starting with 3 pairs, that is 6 chromosomes. In interphase, in the growth phase, that is G2 phase, the chromosomes are in pairs in the form of chromatin network inside the nuclear membrane. I have shown it as chromosomes here, but it is actually in the form of chromatin network. Then when they come to S phase of interphase, they are preparing for divisions. So the chromosomes double itself and become pairs of sister chromatids, but the nuclear membrane is still intact and the sister chromatids are in the form of chromatin network. Then we come to the prophase of M phase. The pairs of sister chromatids have started moving towards the equator and the nuclear membrane has started disappearing. When you come to the metaphase of M phase, the chromatids, sister chromatids, are arranged in the equatorial region. The spindle fibers from the poles stretch, come over and get attached to the sister chromatids in the centromere. When you go to the anaphase of M phase, the spindle fibers have started contracting, the centromeres have split longitudinally, and the two chromosomes have separated and they are moving towards the two opposite poles. And when you come to the telophase of M phase, the chromosomes have reached both the poles, the nuclear membranes have formed, and the chromosomes actually become chromatin threads. I am going to explain the process of mitosis and meiosis with the same pair of chromosome, that is capital A and small a. Let us take a cell in the ovary. The ovary is undergoing growth. So cell division is happening there. This type of cell division will be mitosis. So let us see what type of changes happen in the chromosome. Both the chromosomes duplicate. So it becomes, I have marked it as A1 and A2, small a1 and small a2. Now after duplication, all the 4 will separate from each other. One from capital A set will go into one cell and one from small a set will go to the same cell. So each daughter cell will receive one of the capital A chromosomes and one of the small a chromosomes. So there will be 2 daughter cells with 2 chromosomes of each type, that is, each cell formed is a diploid cell like the mother cell. Let us consider the same ovary where there will be cell division for production of the eggs. Now, for that, the type of cell division will be meiosis. Let us see how it happens. The chromosomes duplicate as usual, but the 4 sister chromatids formed will not enter 2 daughter cells. Instead of that, after separating, they enter 4 different daughter cells. So each daughter cell will have only one copy of the chromosome A. Either it will have capital A set or it will have one capital B. it won't have both. So 4 daughter cells are formed from one mother cell. And what is the difference between the mother cell and the daughter cell? Daughter cells are all haploid, having one chromosome, whereas the mother cell was diploid. This type of cell division is called meiosis. In the previous slide, I explained to you how an autosome undergoes changes when that cell undergoes mitosis or meiosis. Now I am taking a pair of allosome in a male, that is the X and the Y, and I am going to explain how it will behave in mitosis and meiosis. So first let us take the chromosomes in the body of a male, one X and one Y. As usual, mitosis is leading to growth. So the testis is growing at this particular point of time. So the cell undergoes mitosis, X duplicates, Y duplicates, and then there will be 2 daughter cells, each daughter cell having one from X set and one from Y set. So the daughter cells formed in the testis during mitosis for growth will have one X and one Y chromosome, just like the parent cell, just like the mother cell. And the daughter cells are diploid. Take the case of meiosis. The testis is going to produce sperms right now. So in order to produce sperms, the initial process is the same. X duplicates, Y duplicates. But after duplication, instead of 2 daughter cells, there will be 4 daughter cells. Now in each daughter cell, there will be one allosome. That is, the daughter cells will get either X chromosome or Y chromosome. So the total number of daughter cells are 4, and they are all having either an X chromosome or a Y chromosome, and they are all haploid cells. So the mother cells in the testis was diploid. The daughter cells, which are the sperms, are all haploid. Just like in the previous case, here we are going to discuss the allosome of a female who is having a double X chromosome. So this double X chromosome will replicate into 4X chromosomes. During growth of the ovary, mitosis takes place. So the 4X chromosomes formed, 2 will go to one daughter cell and 2 will go to the other daughter cell. So 2 diploid daughter cells are formed during growth in the ovary by the process of mitosis. Coming to meiosis, if the ovary is going to generate eggs for reproduction, for sexual reproduction, then both the double X chromosomes will duplicate. It will become 4 X chromosomes. All the X chromosomes go to different cells, different daughter cells. So there will be 4 daughter cells which are all having single X chromosome. So they will be haploid cells, and these haploid cells will become the eggs. So comparing the mother cell and the daughter cells in mitosis, a diploid mother cells give rise to 2 diploid daughter cells. In the case of meiosis, one diploid mother cell gives rise to 4 haploid daughter cells which will become the egg in the ovary. Meiosis is a complicated process and takes place in 2 steps. So we are not going to learn it now. We are going to find out one important phenomena which happens during meiosis. That's crossing over and chiasmata formation. Now we have been learning about one pair of chromosomes, capital A and small a. Both are homologous chromosomes. The arms formed from capital A, that is capital A1 and A2, they are sister chromatids. Similarly, the arms formed from small a1, small a2, they are sister chromatids. But if you compare capital A1 and small a1, they are called non-sister chromatids. They belong to the same pair of homologous chromosomes, but they are formed from 2 different partners of that pair. So they are called non-sister chromatids. So in meiosis, sometimes the arms get entangled. The arms break at the point where they are in contact with each other. Segments of arm are exchanged. This results in an appearance which is like a cross, which is called chiasma formation or chiasmata formation. And as there is exchange of nucleotide sequence between the non-sister chromatids, it can lead to crossing over and variation in characters of that organism. So comparing mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis basically occur in somatic cells or body cells for growth and repair. Meiosis occurs in the reproductive cells to form gametes during sexual reproduction. Mitosis produces 2 daughter cells from one mother cell, whereas meiosis produces 4 daughter cells from one mother cell, and all the daughter cells formed in mitosis will be having the same ploidity as the mother cell. For example, if the mother cell is diploid, the daughter cells also diploid in mitosis, but if the mother cell is diploid, the daughter cells will be haploid in meiosis. So in the next module, we will be entering into the world of genetics, the research work by Mendel and the pea plant which he used for his research. Learn well, think science. Have a nice day.